horses, the two armies surged together. The afternoon sun glinted off metal helmets, swinging swords, and the points of spears. South and east of the fighting troops flowed the ageless Tiber River. Some 8 miles beyond lay the prize, the imperial city of Rome. For Marcus Valerius Maxentius, October 28, AD 312, seemed a lucky day for a battle. It was the 6th anniversary of his accession of co-emperor of the western half of the Roman Empire. Besides, the Sibylline books had predicted that on this day the enemy of Rome shall perish. That enemy, by Maxentius' reckoning, was Constantine, the man he now faced on the battlefield. But Constantine showed little sign of perishing. Instead, his charging horsemen swung off the Via Flaminia and slammed into Maxentius' cataphracti, armored cavalry. In wild disorder, the cataphracti broke ranks and ran southward toward the Tiber. Meanwhile, more of Constantine's army galloped up from the rear to drive back the enemy's mounted troops. In the center, the invading infantry clashed with Maxentius' valiant but outnumbered Praetorian Guard. Soon Maxentius' shattered army was streaming back toward Rome. To get there, they would have to cross the Tiber by way of the Milvian Bridge. But the arched stone span was too narrow to hold the thousands of frightened soldiers running, jostling, and stumbling across it. Hundreds of men spilled over the sides and into the river. A wooden boat bridge alongside it also gave way in the rush. Afterward, the body of Maxentius was hauled from the Tiber. The defeated leader had drowned under the weight of his own armor. Like his fallen opponent, Constantine had witnessed his own sign of victory before the battle. While marching on Rome, legend tells us, he was startled to see a cross-shaped pillar of light glowing in the sky. Surrounding the cross were the words, "In this conquer." Another story says that in a dream, Christ ordered Constantine to paint the Greek letters of Chi and Rho, the first 2 letters of Christ's name, on the shields of his soldiers. This monogram, Constantine believed, made him victorious at the Milvian Bridge the next day. Did Constantine really see a cross in the sky? Was he truly inspired by God when he went into battle? Some historians believe that Constantine was a good general, but a cautious one. His daring assault on Maxentius' superior forces was not his usual style of warfare. It seems possible that something out of the ordinary might have influenced his actions. However it happened, Constantine did not enter Rome as merely a conquering warrior. He saw himself as a soldier of God. The new religion he displayed so passionately would deeply affect the Roman Empire and the Christian faith. Constantine's first glimpse of Christianity probably came early. He was born to a Christian mother between AD 275 and 285 in present-day Yugoslavia. As a young man at the court of Diocletian, Constantine had first-hand view of the emperor's brutal treatment of his Christian subjects. In AD 293, Diocletian appointed a fellow soldier named Maximian to be Augustus' senior emperor of the Western Empire. Constantine's father, Constantius, became Maximian's Caesar, or second in command. But when Diocletian retired in 305, his system of shared rule collapsed as well. A bitter struggle for power followed. From that contest, the sons of Constantius and Maximian emerged as rivals for control of the western province. In 312, Constantine launched an invasion of Italy that ended with his victory at the Milvian Bridge. With Maxentius dead and his legions crushed, Constantine now became sole ruler of the Western Empire. Control of the eastern half of the empire remained in the hands of the pagan emperor Licinius. For the next 10 years, an uneasy peace existed between the two rulers. During that time, they met in Milan to issue an important proclamation. In their Edict of Milan, Constantine and Licinius granted both to the Christians and to all others perfect freedom to practice the religion which each has thought best for himself. By 324, the shaky alliance had crumbled. Constantine protested the harsh treatment of Christians in Licinius's Rome. In return, Licinius accused Constantine of violating his boundaries during one of Constantine's defensive wars. Rallying his armies under the Christian Livarium battle standard, Constantine swept into the eastern provinces and overran Licinius's forces. Licinius was executed the following year. Now that Constantine was the sole ruler of a united empire, he set his sights on a new capital. Rome was a splendid city, but it was a long way from the rich urban culture and main trade routes of the Eastern Empire. More importantly, Constantine wanted his capital to be a Christian city. Rome, he felt, was still mired in its pagan traditions. During his campaign against Licinius, Constantine had noticed the beauty of Byzantium, a port city on the Bosporus. Here, he decided to build his new Rome. From far and near, Constantine brought in monuments and Christian artifacts to adorn the new capital. He ordered the construction of many new churches, including the magnificent Hagia Sophia, or Church of Holy Wisdom. Spreading Christianity required more than building churches. In 325, Constantine presided over the first great ecumenical or worldwide council of the Christian Church. Meeting in Nicaea, the council discussed Christian issues of the time. It also drew up a statement of beliefs known as the Nicene Creed, which is still used today. Constantine officially dedicated the city of Constantinople on May 11, 330. It was a momentous event. With this act, Constantine broke with the classical pagan traditions of Rome. At the same time, he laid the cornerstones for a new Christian empire. The aging emperor made the final commitment to his faith in 337 when he baptized a Christian on his deathbed. His vision and far-reaching influence had changed the Roman Empire forever.